Managing the inbox. Sort messages by priority, subject, date, sender, and other options to help find important email that requires your attention. Proper email etiquette dictates that you respond to all email in a timely fashion. Generally speaking, you should respond to all professional email within a business day, even if it's just to say you've received the message and will look into the matter. Occasionally you may receive an email thread that contains responses from several people. Always read the entire thread before responding. Email composition basics. Follow proper grammar and sentence structure when composing and responding to email messages. Don't type in all capital letters. Don't write using large and unbroken paragraphs. Use a spell checker. Before clicking the send button, carefully reread the entire email, checking it for grammatical errors, punctuation mistakes, and spelling gaps, and to ensure that the tone matches the message. Effective writing tips. Use the inverted pyramid writing style, which presents the most important information first, followed by other details in order of importance. Follow the ABCs of good writing for help writing accurate, brief statements. A stands for accuracy. Before sending an email, ensure that all of the statements in the text are true, or accurate. Not only should the statements be accurate, but you should also provide evidence to back up your claims. In addition, verify spelling and ensure that dates and times are correct. B stands for brevity. Avoid wordy explanations that contain flowery language. Long, wordy emails lose the reader's attention. Short, concise, well-crafted sentences hold the reader's attention and give your writing a professional edge. C stands for clarity. Ensure that the meaning of your sentence is clear to everyone who will read the email. For example, don't include technical jargon when sending an email to a senior executive who won't understand the terminology. Writing effective subject lines. Always include a subject. Writing effective subject lines can be tricky. The goal is to summarize the entire message without being overly wordy or vague. Remember, long subjects tend to be ignored, and often they don't fully display in email viewers. Always use sentence case for subject lines. Avoid typing subject lines in all capital letters. Avoid words like important, urgent, and critical. Using CC and BCC. The carbon copy, CC, and blind carbon copy, BCC, features found in most email clients allow you to send copies of an email to others you need to keep informed but who aren't necessarily the intended recipients. The blind carbon copy feature is the same as carbon copy, with one important difference: recipients can't see which individuals or groups were blind carbon copied, nor are blind carbon copied recipients' email addresses visible to others. Use the BCC feature sparingly. If sensitive topics require BCCing others, it may be best to take the matter offline and discuss it in person. When copying others, be certain the email message pertains to them. If you use email address lists, verify that all of the members of the list should receive the email, too, and remove those who don't need to be included. Email forwarding etiquette. When forwarding email, ensure that all recipients need to receive the message. Be extremely careful when forwarding sensitive or confidential information. Don't forward proprietary information to external audiences or to unauthorized recipients. Before clicking the send button, always review whether a message's contents are appropriate for each listed recipient. Always think before responding to emotionally charged emails, if you respond at all. Calm behavior can diffuse the situation and avoid an ugly scene. Extinguishing a flame war. Flame wars, heated email exchanges that are more emotional than reasoned, have no place in professional communications. If you receive a flame or suddenly find yourself in a flame war, take time before responding, if you respond at all. Think about the situation and reply with your head. You may also decide not to reply and defer to managing the issue in person. Often, flame wars are started because of a simple misunderstanding. An ill-phrased comment, misinterpretation, or misplaced word can easily be construed improperly by a recipient, who fires off a salvo in response. Instead of replying, go and talk to the person and discuss the message. If talking with the person doesn't end the problem, involve a manager for assistance resolving the issue offline. Keep addresses private. Protect email addresses by not divulging co-workers' email addresses to vendors, friends, and others outside the organization. Being sure recipients listed in the to and CC fields should actually be receiving messages and that, by doing so, you're not revealing others' email addresses inadvertently. Not posting your or co-workers' email addresses on internet forums or bulletin boards, on Usenet groups, in chat rooms, or in other public areas. Use the BCC feature when it's necessary to keep co-workers' email addresses hidden from external audiences. If you are forwarding an email, one of the easiest things you can do to keep others' email addresses private is to delete them from the message. This takes just a few moments and helps reduce the chances of co-workers' email addresses proliferating in the wild. Important/urgent messages. Mark messages urgent only when they're truly important and require immediate response. Overusing the high priority flag makes those messages that are important lose their importance. Overusing the high priority flag may make others view your behavior as overly aggressive. Working with attachments. Email attachments consume inordinate amounts of email server space and network bandwidth and are often the culprits behind virus outbreaks. Email attachments are often the easiest way to transfer files, though, so follow these guidelines when emailing files. Don't attach large files to an email. Anything over 10 megabytes shouldn't be sent via email. Limit the number of files you attach to a message to 5 or fewer. Save attachments to your hard drive and then delete the email message containing the attachment. Don't open unexpected attachments. Don't open attachments sent by unknown parties. Always scan files with an antivirus program before opening an attachment. Never click an attachment without first confirming it's virus-free. Avoid annoying recipients by forwarding attachments they can't access. If an attachment requires a new or less common application, say so in your message. Items to avoid in email. Don't include any information in an email that you wouldn't want published on the front page of your local newspaper. Leave water cooler chat and gossip at the water cooler. Keep jokes and gossip out of email. Never send confidential, proprietary, sensitive, personal, or classified information through email. Refrain from making inflammatory, emotionally charged comments in email. When not to use email. Businesses provide email for professional, business-related use, not for jokes or chain emails. Complicated subjects are often difficult to explain in conversation, much less in an email. Instead of sending a complicated explanation in email, set up a short meeting to address the issue in person. Don't use email as a substitute for interpersonal communication. Don't rely upon email when conducting critical, difficult, and/or unpleasant conversations, such as those that often arise related to human resources matters, that are best handled in person.